Which color should I pick?
It's Madden NFL 22, and today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the 49ers and the Bills, coming up next.
From the home of the Bills since way back in 1973, there's a look at Bills Stadium, just outside of Buffalo, New York. The folks in Buffalo love their Bills, and a moment ago they entered to the delight of this sold-out crowd. They're set for football as their Bills will do battle with the San Francisco 49ers. Brandon Gaudin alongside the one and only Charles Davis. And CD, lots of compelling storylines in a game like this. Let's take a look at some of the numbers for these two offenses.
And I'm glad you brought up the numbers because sometimes it's hard to quantify a team's performance solely by judging the numbers. But I think with these two teams, what you see is a pretty accurate representation of who they are.
Underway in Buffalo. From his end zone, Isaiah McKenzie. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. So here come the Bills for their first go on offense, led by their Pro Bowl quarterback. Now in his fourth season, it's Josh Allen.
How about 54 touchdown passes in 2 full seasons at the University of Wyoming? Coming out of a junior college, I think he exceeded expectations, and he can move it around a little bit too. A much better athlete than people give him credit for.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Devin Singletary with his first carry of the game. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. And that'll set them back 5. Now Allen going to give it to Moss. Shoves him aside. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A good comeback there after the penalty. 9 yards, and it's 2nd and 6. Now Allen. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Allen and Knox teaming up there for Buffalo first down. From the gun, it's Allen. Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. Pass rusher extraordinaire, D. Ford that time, getting the sack.
Excellent play there by D. Ford, back in form. Remember, 2020, 0 sacks for the season, but to be fair, only played in 1 game due to injury. What he wants to do is get back to the form he showed in 2018 with Kansas City, a career-high 13 sacks.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Allen going to give this one to Singletary. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. To throw, it's Allen. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. A real letdown defensively. That was third and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. On the give, this is Singletary, and he'll get nothing there. Stopped right at the line as that will wind us down to the end of this first quarter of play. We're scoreless after one. Second quarter now in Buffalo. It's the Bills in control of the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. Allen going to throw. He's got the connection to Cole Beasley. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 19. Allen to Beasley, first down Buffalo.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but Cole Beasley, he's in his 10th NFL season, and in 2020, his best year yet. 82 catches, close to 1,000 yards. Loves the freedom that this Bills offense affords him.
7 yards, the pickup there. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
Working with a 2nd and 3. Throwing now is Allen. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal. To the air, Allen. And he's got his tight end Knox for a Bills touchdown. 4 yards on the touchdown grab. And the Bills take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Took up an eternity. We finally have some action on the scoreboard.
Yeah, but plenty of action prior to, because that drive took up all the first quarter before we spilled into the second, and finally, points were registered.
On the other sideline, they're chomping at the bit just to get the football. Now the extra point try forthcoming. And it's 7-0 Buffalo. So that one a long 11-play drive, and it ends in a Buffalo touchdown. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Now James returning. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Niners offense making their way out, and they are led by the 3rd overall pick back in this year's draft out of North Dakota State, Trey Lance.
And his task in this situation is making sure that his team knows that there's a sense of urgency, yet somehow still stays calm. Because your natural impulse, your first possession is not until the 2nd quarter, is you got to attack right away. Throw something big at them right away. Yeah, you got to move the ball, but maybe be a little bit careful in doing so.
A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Shotgun now for Lance. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Lance now on 1st down. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
Love the idea, love the concept, but you got to leave a little room on the sideline so he can fade into it when he makes the catch. That was thrown too close to it for the receiver to make a play.
Getting this out to the flat, Mostert. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down. Lance now to throw. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Again, they'll throw it with Lance. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout, as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Lance now on first down. That's caught by Deebo Samuel. Touchdown, San Francisco. Deebo Samuel, as the first half is winding down. And the Niners have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. Robbie Gould on for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive as they take over here with 11 seconds remaining. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a time ball game here heading to break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome everyone to this abridged version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. First up, though, a look at the next-gen stats for the Niners in that first half. And there's not much to speak of in terms of passing efficiency, but in a tie game, they know a few tweaks could make a big difference going forward. Meanwhile, for the Bills, we get a look at their numbers on the ground in that first half, as they'll be looking to rev things up here in a tie ball game. Final adjustments being made for the second half. So with that, we get you back up to Orchard Park and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. This taken in at the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us. That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here. Throwing quickly, that's caught by Sanu. Not much there, only a yard. What a dimension this man brings to this defense. He had his mind set there that he was going to get in and make that tackle. He really flew to the football. On 2nd and 9, Lance. Being chased out left. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down. They'll try and run here with Mostert. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 15 for the Niners there and a first down.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 41. On play action, Lance. Oh, he'll look downfield for Kittle. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle, 41 yards. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You could see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there. And, boy, it was pretty.
Now Gold for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And the end result for the 49ers, a touchdown. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Taken at the goal line. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So here's the Bills offense now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. Here's Allen. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. When tapping those toes, he tried to get both in bounds. He could not do it, though.
In tap dance parlance, could not complete the shuffle. All right, needed to get that shuffle down with both feet, not just one.
Is that what they say?
There it is. You know, put a little sand down on the stage.
I'll take your word for it, my man. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And that is incomplete.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Here's Matt Hawk now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Ayuk to return it. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the 49ers will take over deep in their own territory. On the ground, it's Mostert to start the drive. They find some open field here. Shoves him away. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Raheem Mostert, 91 yards. And the 49ers are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. Well, Raheem Mostert, we know the story, from special teamer to postseason hero. All he needs is a little bit of space, CD, and he can do the rest.
And the thing that stood out to me was his ability to continue through the initial contact. How many times do we see runners get slowed up and not get what they can on a run because of that first contact? But he kept the compass pointing in the right direction, kept the legs churning, and turned this into a huge play.
And he covered a lot of ground on that one, as evidenced by the final total there on Next Gen Stats. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Isaiah McKenzie now on the return. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen will return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 15 yards that time, and a Buffalo first. On first down, Allen. And this one caught by Beasley. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 3 yards the gain there, second down. And right now, defensively, you love that, don't you? I mean, you'll give them that play.
And they'll take it every single time. This is almost like nickeling and diming it downfield, and too much time's going to run off the clock.
Throwing again on second down. Allen. Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. D Ford picks up his second sack of the afternoon. A CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score. He's going to let it fly. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. One final try here for Allen. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. So on fourth down, a big-time completion. And the defense, they've got to be shaking their heads right now.
Not only shaking their heads, but understand that they committed one of those cardinal sins that they say they can't do at any time. They committed an eye violation, had their eyes in one place, and allowed the deep ball behind them.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Here's Allen. And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Allen going to get this one to Singletary. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 23. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. He's to the 10. This will be caught inside the 10. And finally down at the 9-yard line. Now Allen, another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd and goal. Throwing is Allen. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Allen, that catch good for 8, but still. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Quan Williams. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made one more play, could have had our shutout.
They'll start on the ground with Mostert. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Down to a knee for the 49ers. This one about to be on ice. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. And they take a knee.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right? Just us against the world and get it done. How happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one. So the victory here for San Francisco, and it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.